my next question, I play a lot of golf, and in golf, that's the only sport where the ball is stationary, but you may not be able to connect the ball because, of the technique. I'm sure something similar must be part of your air rifle shooting. Is it all about technique? Because finally, the phrase "nazar hati to durghatna ghati" is an ideal phrase for a sport like yours.
I think it is a lot to do with technique, but I think it is more than anything, it is about finding that harmony and that balance between mind and body. It is finding that synchronization between mind and body. Often you say that, many people say that shooting is a very mental sport. And I differ with that, because actually shooting is also a very physical sport, because we require a great amount of stillness, stillness of both mind and stillness of both body. We have just no margin to move, and the human body is actually not built for that. The human body is actually built to move, and in order to achieve that stillness actually requires a great amount of physical effort to keep absolutely still. So I think it really is that balance between mind and body, and when you're able to find that harmony between mind and body, that is when you end up performing to the best of your capability.
My next question, even in golf, we are told that you should keep your head down. So something similar, you should keep your arms or your hands steady, etc. At the same time, we are told that you should have no negative thoughts at the time while connecting the ball. I'm sure something similar must be, you cannot have negativity around you or negative thoughts when you are trying to compete at such a event like Olympics or Commonwealth or any other events also. So is that how do you manage to do that Zen like calmness? Do you do a lot of yoga, meditation and all that to achieve that? Or how do you manage to move away from that negative thoughts during that period?
Well, I think it is a myth. I think what theory that you are telling me has often been told to me as well. I was never able to achieve it. I think having negative thoughts when you want something very badly is a very natural phenomena to occur. You will have some degree of doubt. You will have certain negative thoughts which will come into play. The reality of the matter is that you have to focus to really remain in the moment. If a negative thought comes, you have to process it quickly. You have to accept it, and then you have to go back into the moment. And again, you have to really practice living in the moment, and that living in the moment cannot just be achieved whenever you're playing the game of golf or whenever I'm shooting. It can only be achieved when you make it a way of life. That mindfulness that is required to perform well has to be there in all aspects of your life. Whether you're eating a meal, then when you're eating your meal, focus on the meal, enjoy the meal, rather than thinking of 50 different things at the same time. So it is a way of life that you have to practice outside your career, where you want to use it the most as well. When you start to make it a way of life, I think the chances of you achieving that focus and concentration required, and that mind frame that is needed, and that quietness of space that is needed without negative thoughts, you will just be able to achieve it. The chances of success will be much more. But again, a sporting competition is a long time. Our minds are always changing. Our things are always changing. And there will be a moment where you will have a negative thought or two. It is very natural. We are human beings. We are not robots. Let's just acknowledge that. And we have to find a way to work with these circumstances, rather than trying to find a fairy tale scenario. This is a fairy tale scenario that we're looking at. The negative thought will never come. It's just not realistic. It sounds very good.
The reason why I asked you, Abhinav, is that a lot of our viewers today are mutual fund distributors also. So we are surrounded by a lot of negative news constantly. Is it a regulatory changes or market related changes, etc.? How do they feel? Because they get carried away with this negativity and they lose their focus on concentrating on their ultimate goal of managing the investors' emotions and their wealth management. So what is your advice to MFD community in terms of why they should not be surrounded by negativity, and how should they get out of it?
I think you have to cut the noise. Of course, you have to be sometimes, especially yours, you have to be aware of what sometimes rumor mongering is as well, but you cannot get carried away by it, I think. And you have to, I think, be sensible at it and let it not dictate your way of thinking. I mean, I think these are, sometimes we start to presume a lot of things which necessarily might not be reality. And I think one has to stay away from it. One has to try and stick with facts, and stick with data, and then stick with what is true. And you have to focus on again the process of what you are doing. When I was competing against many people in an Olympic Games or in a World Championship, I could not be focused on what they are doing. I had to focus on what I had to do and what I had, what the job I had.
What was in your control rather than what is not in your control.
Absolutely.
So now tell me the joys of stretching your limit, because you are a living example of going way, way beyond your boundaries. So how did you, what according to you is excellence, and how did you achieve this?
I think excellence to me is really pushing yourself every single day. The Olympic Games come once in 4 years, but for me as an athlete, the Olympic Games came every day. Wow. I had to push myself every single day with a sense of integrity and a sense of honesty. I'm often asked about my favorite moment in sport, many I could easily give. My favorite moment in my sport career was standing on the Olympic podium, etc. But my favorite moment of my sporting career came one training day when nobody was watching me. It was the 31st of December, very cold, and I had a physical trainer from Australia who was very strict and he was mean, and I had to do 100 sit-ups. At sit-up 95, he miscounted and said that you're done for the day. And well done, good end to the year, you did a good job. And I said back to him, no, I have 5 more to go. And it was just that honesty of purpose and that honesty of thought, and that clarity of my goal to train and to do the best that I can with all integrity and honesty, was something which was very, very fulfilling, and which was something which was very, very internally rewarding to me. And I think that is something everybody
finally,
can try.
Nobody would have even known about your 5 sit-ups not done, but it was for your own personal, so you can't fool your own self. So that's the way you have to look at life altogether. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.